Good morning, YouTubers. My name is Herman Tai, and welcome to my channel, A Great Adventure. Today we have a new recipe by request of Amanda. It's called Tostones. I never tried that recipe, although I have heard from that recipe before from Cuban friends of mine. So it's a recipe from Cuba. For today, it's a very simple recipe for my understanding. Did a little bit of research of how to make it. And we're gonna take it from there, so stick with me, okay? So today those are the ingredients. We have 4 plantain or bananas. We're gonna do a sauce, not a sauce but a relish that goes with the tostone, and I'm gonna make a couple extras just as a companion. Garlic, salt and pepper. Okay, so let's begin. So to start with, we're gonna have green peppers, onions, tomatoes, cucumbers, garlic, salt and pepper, if you can see it there, and the plantain. So now tostones basically is fried plantain, and we're gonna deep fry it, so it's twice fry for what I understand. Okay, Amanda, so this is for you. Your recipe that you requested, tostones. Okay, so we're gonna start by cutting them. Now for the plantain, it's supposed to be more green than this one, but I couldn't find anything. That's what I'm using, so hopefully it will come out okay. And we're gonna, that's how I do it though. That's how I cut them. I cut them in the size that I need, and then I'll remove the skin by doing that. I mean, you can use whatever method you feel is works for you best, but this is how I do it. And I forgot to put the fryer on, so hold on. So let's continue. As usual, I will put the description of the recipe in the comments that I make. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I can't see with my I'm using my phone because my camera died. Again, having serious problems with my equipment. My computer pretty much crashed, which means I need to buy a new computer. I need to buy a new camera. I need to buy new lights. So everything that could have gone bad with my equipment so far has gone bad. So let's hope from this point that it will get better. I'm gonna fry them right away. If I wasn't gonna fry them right away, I would have put this in a container with salt and water, so to prevent them from turning black. But since my fryer is not ready, I might have to do that, so I will do that in a moment. So let's peel this properly. As you notice, I don't have anybody to help me doing this, so I do apologize for the poor quality of the videos. Hopefully we'll start getting better. Basically what you guys do is you just peel the corner of, cut the corner of the plantain, and then you just scoop the skin off. This is the part you don't want to eat. I'm gonna double check my camera because I don't think I'm filming this properly. But let me finish this part first. Now, I'm from El Salvador, so I've never done this recipe before, so this is my first one for this one. And if you have a little bit of pieces of the skin left behind, you just use your knife to remove the remaining off. So it should be okay. Almost there. My oil is not ready. That one more. So here we go. So I'm gonna put them in the container. I don't want to turn black, so put salt and water. Okay. So for the tostones, there is a sauce or a garlic dish that you put with it, that you eat it with it. Far as I know, according to the sandwich recipes, and it's called mojo. Okay, so we're gonna make the mojo, and basically it's garlic, we're gonna use olive oil. We're gonna warm up that oil, and we're gonna use lemon, and then salt and pepper. So we're gonna prepare that because we still have to do all the preparations, okay? So we're just gonna prepare the garlic. So we're peeling the garlic to go with the tostones. And we're just gonna, right now we're just gonna peel it because we still have to warm up or get the oil really hot so we can put it in the container, and then we're gonna put the garlic with it. I'm using a lot of garlic. I like it, so it's okay. Normally I have everything pre-prepared, but for some reason today I not do it that well, so I'm kind of slow on organizing myself. But so far I'm getting better as I keep working on this. So I will make a mistakes here and there. You let me know. So if you want to know how much garlic I'm using, I am doing, okay, come on, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 garlic, 1 lemon, salt and pepper, and I'm using olive oil for this part. So, but any oil that you like, sorry about that. Any oil that you like is okay. I gotta go get, yeah, I dropped a pot, sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna put the oil here. I'm just gonna put enough. About it. So I will say that is half a cup of olive oil. We're gonna get it really hot. Okay, so that gotta wait. We're gonna wait for the oil. Now we're gonna get the plantains dry. Okay, so now we're gonna still have a little bit of skin on some of them. Okay, now we're just gonna dry them. I'm gonna put them in the fryer. I'll do a little bit of editing because this is gonna take a little bit long time. So bear with me here. Okay. So here we go. Because there are lots, I have to do it in batches. Here we go. That's the first batch. Okay, so the first batch of plantain is coming out. So we're gonna take them out of the oil, drain them as much as we can. And we're gonna put them here. And we're gonna put the next batch. Okay, so we're just gonna let them be there so the oil drains. Okay, so the next step is to make them as flat as that, like that. However, I don't have the utensil to make them like a little bowl, so I'm kind of playing alone, kind of experimenting here. So to get them all nice and flat. So let's try this. I'm using wax paper so it doesn't. Oh, there you go. It works. So we're gonna do them all like that. You guys squash them. Still hot though. That's what a tostone looks like. I think, I'm not sure about the meaning of the word tostone. I mean, it's Spanish and I'm Spanish and everybody has some, but it's from Cuba. So the meaning of the word itself, I just think it means flat, fried, or a toaster, which is a fried pastry. But if you want to know more about it, just send me a comment and I will do a research on it. So here we go. The first batch of Tostones. I don't even know if you actually see in this part. If you want me to retake this again, if you want to know more, just let me know and I retake some of the parts that you're more curious about. Yay! I managed to do that part, so we just gotta wait for the next batch. So that's how the plantain looks like in the fryer. So they're all basically getting ready to be pulled out. Just shake it, make sure that the oil's out. And nice and brown gold. Here we go. Put it in there, and I'm doing this with one hand. Come on, let it go, let it go. There you go. So we have them there ready. This, okay, and we're gonna wait until they cool down a little bit. Meanwhile, we're gonna put the next batch in. Sorry, I can't show you that part because trying not to burn myself. But here we go. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And I will do the next batch in the same way. Okay, so the oil for the mojo is getting ready. So it has to be hot. So I tested it, it's really hot right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the garlic presser and we're gonna, I mean you can chop it if you want, but in order to save a little bit of time here, I'm just gonna use my garlic presser and squeeze them so it's nice and chunky. Have, I believe, for what I've seen, a very chunky pieces of garlic. So this will be kind of to the meat side kind of chunkiness. Now this, I never done this, so this is my first time that I do anything with hot oil and garlic. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour the hot olive oil into the garlic. But before I do that, I'm gonna modify a little bit here, and I'm gonna put the pepper first, so, because I want it to be in there. So here we go. This is all new to me, and I have to be very careful because this is hot oil. You want it to be in there fried. So you're watching. Here we go. Salad smoke. Sorry, gonna be some noise. I gotta turn the fan on. Ooh, these look good. Now we're gonna add the salt. Say what, 1 teaspoon or less. Now we're gonna add the lemon. Now this is gonna go with the tostones when they are ready to be eaten. So I kind of make it in advance, but I think it's best if you do it almost at the time that you're serving it, because it will be nice and warm. Sorry, I'm trying not to put the seeds inside the mojo. There we go. So the mojo is ready. I'm gonna try to taste it. I don't know how hot this is. Oh wow, it's really good. I just need a little bit more pepper. I mean, this is to the taste of everybody. So for me, it requires a little bit more pepper and a little bit more salt. So basically, I think this is more like a garlic oil dish. There we go. So the mojo is ready. I'm gonna put this out of the way, and we're gonna check out it in. Now, to know if they're ready, they have to be golden brown. That's what I've been told. Getting there. A couple more minutes and I can put the other ones. Okay, so the first batch of the tostones is coming up. Here we go. How do I know they're ready? They start floating. So pretty much that's the clue right there. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave them a little bit longer. They're coming out a bit soft. So we're gonna leave them there a little bit longer. Okay, so I think the tostones are ready to come out. Don't wanna burn them. So this is the first batch of tostones. There we go. We're gonna put the next batch in. Okay, so second batch went in. You can see how golden brown they are. Okay, so the next batch of tostones is coming up. Just gonna make sure that it look, yeah, it look about right. That's I mentioned to you, it's the first time I do this recipe, so I'm not sure how crunchy they're supposed to be. Now I know the plantain was a little bit ripe of what they were asking, but overall I think they come out nice. So that's how they look. Pretty much we're done this part. Now we're just gonna do the side dishes that go with it. Okay, so we did the mojo already, so now we're gonna do something that from El Salvador we call it chimol. Mexico I think they call it pico de gallo, but I'm missing some ingredients, so I have to kind of substitute some stuff here and there. Okay, so we're gonna start with the green pepper. Okay, we're just gonna take the insides. Okay, we're just gonna chop it. Now we're gonna chop it in small cubes as much as possible. Now I pre-wash everything before I put everything up, so you guys can look what I'm doing. It saved me some time since I'm doing this by myself, so I gotta cut time here and there to make it easy for me to edit. So one whole pepper. Now if you like green peppers, good. If you like different colored peppers, it's still good. Now the ingredient that was missing is the jalapeno, but I'm gonna substitute that with a different pepper in a moment. So do this part first. Now I make big quantities, as I mentioned before, just because it's not just for myself, but I do this for my family as well. So when I'm done filming, they can have what I'm making, so nothing goes to waste. Now anybody who has Mexican food have seen this before. It's the same thing from El Salvador, it's just ingredients, variants. Some people like it in one way, some people like the other one. But in the language, native language from El Salvador, what I know, this is called chimol. Now if you cut the peppers in the right thickness, when you chop them, they become the right size to be put together. When you chop them this way. And I think my knife needs to be resharp because it's not going through. Gotta check the camera and see if the angle is properly, because when I set it up, I don't think I set it up for you guys can see this part, so I might have to do this, but let me finish this first. Now you can use a food processor if you want. It's not a crime on doing that. Yeah, so I did not get the right angle, so we're adjusting. So I will repeat myself on this part. Waste none, so take everything that you can from the pepper. So as I was saying, if you cut the pepper and the rice strips when you chop it, this way it will come to the right size that you want it. So if you have this piece and you cut it in strips like this, by the time you're about to chop it, you should be able to come up with a nice, more or less square little pieces. It doesn't have to be perfect. To be honest with you, I prefer the rustic look than being extremely refined. Yes, I know how to cook, but I'm not a chef. So I do prefer the more practical approach to it, as long as you meet the conditions of what you want. So that way you can have fun with it and don't get frustrated about, oh my god, I couldn't get it the way he does it, I'm never gonna do it again. No, have fun with it. One of the reasons I like to do this is because I find it fun. Now next one is cucumbers, but then since I don't have the jalapeno, I'm gonna use this one. Okay, the hot pepper from my ceviche recipe. So this one is Thai hot pepper. And again, you can use whatever you want. How hot do you want it? You can go parchment it. More hot than that, you can use ghost peppers. You still want it hotter than that, you can use California Reapers if you want. So that's how we're gonna do this. Cut it this way. There we go. Nice little cube size. Easy to eat, easy to put on the Tostone. Now the last time I overdid it with the hot sauce, so I'm a little bit more careful on this one, but I still like it. It seems that it's taking me a long time to do that, but in reality it's not. And if I stick this in a food processor, it will come out faster, yes. But what's the fun on that? I mean, I don't need to serve this right away. So I only need to make sure it's in the right size. I also can do it this way, since I already cut it. Put them all together. And just chop it. Now, as I mentioned, my knife is not the sharpest right now, and you should have a nice sharp knife. That's one of the things, if you want to be cooking, you have to make sure that you have plenty of it. Nice sharp knives. So I'm using the whole cucumber. battery's not gonna die anytime soon because I'm using my phone. And I forgot to properly charge it, so I kind of been going on and off from the charger in order to do this. Amanda told me to cut anything with like this. I tried a couple of times, but I find it, in my case, I have an injury in my hand, so this is uncomfortable for me, so I do this. So, but thank you, Amanda, for the tip. I just can fold my hand and keep it like that for a very long time. So the best I can do is this. Just I hope you can see that. There you go. The next one's one full onion. And I know I only put one pepper in there, hot pepper. So it's not going to be hot enough, so I'm going to use Tabasco to make the difference of it. Okay, so peel the onion. Cut it in half. Again, half, and then cube, 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 cube. As I mentioned, if you want the smaller pieces, no problem, use the food processor. I don't mind the big pieces. Next one, tomatoes. These are big tomatoes. Blemish in the tomato. I think I need to switch the knife because this is not doing it anymore. I'm squishing the tomato, not cutting it. So, hold on. Yeah, much better. I think we're gonna put another tomato in there. I don't think this is gonna be enough. So bear with me. I will do this as quick as I can so we can try the tostones, because this is the last one that I need to make according to the request. Miss Amanda. Now with this whole pandemic, I've been in the house for a very long time, so once in a while I do go outside with my wife. I will try to take some walkabout videos with her if she let me. She doesn't like the camera. She likes to take pictures, but when it comes to videos, she's not very keen on it. She's shy. Make sure that you take the veins out of the tomato. You don't want that hard part in your salad. Now the other ingredient that I'm missing here is coriander. I started working on the recipe and then I realized, oh my goodness, I don't have coriander. I'm missing that, so I'm sorry about that. There was not enough time for me to go to the groceries and get it. I already started cooking the plantain when I realized I was missing the coriander and the jalapenos. Okay, one more tomato. Now big tomatoes are really good for this because you can make a lot of it. The only bad thing about it is they have this really hard vein in the middle. So you have to make sure that you take it off. And once you get the rhythm of how to chop the tomatoes, you will do it faster. Once you realize that you have a technique going. And as I mentioned, when it comes to tomatoes and peppers, you have to make sure that you have a really sharp knife. My voice is a little bit raspy today. Hopefully I can edit the video today. It should be out today. Actually, that is the plan, to get that edited today. People don't like to see the tomato, no problem, just take them off. I don't mind. And this is the last piece of the tomato. Here we go. So let's put this aside. And we have to add the lemon and lime, salt and pepper. I need a spoon. But here we go. So Salt, I will say 2 spoons. You can use kosher salt if you want. Pepper. Now I like pepper, so I added to it. In reality, pepper do not is in the original recipe, so at least you guys know that is my choice. Tomatoes. So 1 lime, 1 tomato. Squeeze it. Lemon. Sorry about the background sound. I have to keep the fan on because if not, I get smoke inside the house. And the fire alarm's gonna go. There you go, turn it off. Okay, almost done there. Now I'm trying to keep the editing to a minimum so I don't have to. Now we're gonna mix it because the last time I did a cooking video, it took me longer than I wanted to, so it was almost an hour. So I'm trying to keep them between 30 minutes to shoot. That's mine. Okay, it's not hot enough. Okay, so hold on. If it's not hot enough, Tabasco. So I will say 1 teaspoon of Tabasco sauce. There you go. Pico de gallo, or as we call it from El Salvador, or at least my family, chimo. There we go. It's done. Now we're gonna put it all together. Okay, so today's dinner, lunch I say, mojo, chimol or pico de gallo, and tostones. And of course you're gonna have that with a nice cold beer. Okay, here are the tostones. So we're gonna try them. So first one, I wanna try the traditional one, which is the mojo, or the garlic oil. So we're just gonna put a little bit of it, nothing else on it, just as it is, as I made it. So here we go. Oh, wow. That's a little bit hard. I wasn't expecting that. It's actually really good. Wow. Just all the flavors explode in my mouth. I never thought it was gonna be this good. Wow. I'm keeping this recipe. I'm gonna be doing mojos from now on. It's really good. My tostone is not as hard and crunchy as it's supposed to be, but it's still good. And the only reason I think is because I get the plantain a little bit too ripe, so it's a little bit sweet. But other than that, oh my god, this is good. I'm actually dripping all over. I'm gonna have the other one with them. Actually, you know what?
I will use sauce it is. Here to your health. Pretty good. Gotta hurry up, my phone's about to die. But just done by itself. Also good. But it's much better if we put the mojo on it. A lot better. There you go. So good. Now we're gonna cheese it. Now we're gonna try with it pico de gallo or chimon. Here we go. There's so much flavor in both of them. They're so good as it is, and I cannot pick one or the other. I actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make some and have them together. Here we go. So here you go, Amanda. Your tostones, as you requested. So thank you for suggesting that. And if you like it, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.